we gotta stop doing that. You know, I try to eat more vegetables. I try to stop eating meat. It's giving me a headache. Yeah, like
your intestines, like oxygen base.
So what we do is Day of Atonement. We have a fast. We do fast. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, because I go
certain things to clean out your intestines.
Because I don't recommend nothing that I haven't done. First I do
because of experience.
I do the homework first, and I check out whoever is releasing it, and then I try it, and I'm like, hey, well, you know what?
See, well, you're a physician. You're like Luke in the Bible. Luke was a physician, and that's a great intelligence. That's a great member to have in this organization.
Pues digo muchos, you gotta clean it out first, because let's say if your shower, you never cleaned your shower, but yet fasting, right? Because I fast too. Fast, that means you don't use your shower. So
you gotta
fasting. It does. Okay, what happens when you fast and you don't eat? Your intestines and like your gallbladder, everything, your kidneys are not really focused. Your body's not focusing the energy to digest, right? So what it's doing now is going to start. It starts to focus on the rest of the body. It's like repair.
So it'll attack the cells that it doesn't need.
Yeah,
right?
bad stuff like things like your immune system technically gets stronger. There's some other things like other certain hormones that are released and stuff like that, and that's how you're giving your intestines a break.
That's why
it's focused on the other body. So when you clean it, you technically absorb more of the nutrition that you need. Because right now it's still got like
the basic minerals
around the lining of your walls. Now, my theory is because cuando trabajo, hauling the tomatoes for the canneries, in the summer, a veces llevo uvas or whatever, or a melon, and sometimes they're like those. It's room temperature, so it's kind of warm outside, right?
Yeah.
It's room temperature, pero no está fría. Often
your body will break it down faster when it's room temperature.
Yeah, pero la gente como they're like, oh no, está caliente and this and that, pero me pega de red, and I'm like, no, dude. And he goes, ¿a ti no te pega? I'm like, no, dude. I was like, look.
It's like drinking cold water on a hot day.
I'll tell him, it's not that, because the fruit is doing its job. It wants to clean you out. Another thing is that if you feel like that, or when you get like diarrhea, certain things, is because you have whatever you already have lodged around your intestines for years, it's having a chemical reaction with what you're eating right now. So that's exactly. That's
so
why
you have to cleanse yourself.
Yeah, because man, sometimes I eat some funky stuff, man. Like because I'm not always like eating like healthy. Como ahorita a veces I'm doing junk, because I came up with los caminos de very infection, and so like but I don't have that like all the time. So like I don't have that because I don't have nothing to react. Because cuando comes carne, it takes like a lot of meat for it to get its body in yourself. Yeah. Look. Well, I don't know if that's the point, but like, what's it? What is it? Yeah. Okay, look. Ever since I went vegan / vegetarian, right?
You feel better and healthier, and
like when you leave the restaurant, you don't smell it, right? It's very rare. Like say if you eat something that's processed,
yeah, I know what you're saying, because I walk into the bathroom wherever I'm going, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, someone died in here.
Or then, but it's like depends on what you eat, right? Because your body's a process of that. You gotta take care of it.
But in the book in Leviticus, it tells you the third
right
chapter, the right and the not to. You're not supposed to be eating swine, and that's the pig, And that's natural. Even like kind of common sense not to eat the pig, because the pig eats what the fuck, anything. And I've seen it one time. Riverdale. I would see the pig eating their own shit. That's disgusting. Why would you want to?
Why would you want to eat that?
Yeah. So.
Los camarones.
Bottom feeders.
Lobsters, all like that.
Crabs.
So I don't like to eat meat. I'd rather eat plants. I'd rather eat plants, to tell you the truth. But every now and then I'm gonna have a turkey pretty soon. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. I'm just gonna pick at it and make a sandwich.
Just tell everyone, it's like, hey, I just listen. I mean, you do whatever you want. Just when you feel something,
it's a chemical reaction.
Yeah, that. And
you gotta clean.
You want to learn? I'll teach you how to clean your body. It's just good maintenance.
So the maintenance is hard. So I was eating nothing but, for 1 year, I had nothing but green smoothies. The whole year, nothing but green smoothies for breakfast. And then I would eat whatever, like beans and whatever. I never really ate nothing but chicken, but not a lot. And then after that, I felt a lot better. My stomach wouldn't hurt in the morning. I feel good. My bowel movements are clean. I felt good. I still feel good, but I don't eat that much vegetables anymore. But I love to eat like cauliflower and broccoli and potatoes. If you serve me a plate with the meat on it, I'll probably save it for last and I won't eat all of it.
Well, that's what I get a lot of people like, oh, what do you eat? Like,
you usually make eggplants and you roast them and then you put mueles and it comes out good. Eggplant and parmesan. And you can eat. I'd rather eat vegetables.
What I do now, trago por las
Hardest technique. That's a healthy way to eat.
I go with the
In season and out of season. See, you're doing things that are prescribed to do in the Bible. Like when the watermelons, I don't eat them cold. I like them to feel they're nice and warm, and they just taste so good. I really
They're
literally
more juicier. Like have more juice, you know what I mean? Because when you put them in
I
the
just-
fridge, they're all fucking dry, you know?
yeah.
You know?
I feel like a pig when I eat those watermelons.
Una vez me tocó una sandía, I bought it from the store. Compartí, I noticed that a lot of dudes that and then I noticed that it kind of like a suck. And I la partí, no, hombre, esa es
Mushy.
ya se puede ser, pero that's why I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stick with the food.
Yeah, and then if you try to grow your own watermelons, you need to prepare the soil because this devil fucked the soil up.
Yeah. But
That's what I was talking to my dad about. I was like, that's well, I met this rancher. He was from Paso or something. I don't know how I ended up talking to him. I don't even know where I met him. But I still remember what he told me. I told him, he's like, man, I can't wait to get back there. I'm like, oh, I'm from Paso. I run I don't know, I own fields of grapes or something.
they're by Tascadero and
Yeah, and
Shannon.
so he was telling me that he's like, man, because right here is like, all you smell just the pesticides. Like, that's all it's right. It's like up there we don't use that.
You ever drive by a
weather,
field?
the air's different out there.
If you ever drive by a field and you see a sign with numbered on it, that's the chemical they're using. And I used to work in the field, pretty sure all of us did. And everything that gets planted on the earth has to get bleached in. So they drain it and put the bleach and then so the rodents don't get it. Because a rodent will know what's good. I tried to plant tomatoes one year, and I tried to plant like 50 plants, and all those fucking rats ate all the little baby plants because they were good. They were real nutrition. They didn't want me to have it. But they ate it. They know what's good, like the animals know what's good. And deep down in your spirit, you know what's good. That's why you're here.
That's why I was saying that spiritual journey. I just try it for a week. Don't eat no carne. I try to do your plants and just eat like plants.
Yeah.
Because one, what's our body? You know,
Right?
electrical impulses.
Also, it's a carbon-based.
Yeah.
We're carbon-based, and plants are carbon-based too.
Yeah. So fruits are higher than electric. That's
Yeah,
electric
fruits.
fruits. So when you eat it, that's why they say drink a lot of water.
Water's electric, yeah.
Yeah,
Water's
because it's a good
have it for breakfast. That's what I eat for breakfast.
It's the electrical impulses run freely. And plants will detox.
Yeah.
Teas,
Chlorophyll.
That's what I do. It's pills. I take those.
I don't know if you guys ever heard Dr. Emoto's science experiment. He did a book on it too. But I believe it too. Because he says that water is life. And the way I explain to people is that, what he did, he got 2 cups. Well, he did different ones for different emotions. He did one with praise it, cariño, like little child, a lot of love. He el otro puro hatred, you know, like como un enemigo, just like that. He put like a droplet on a petri dish, whatever, frozen. The one he gave a lot of unconditional love to, it was a beautiful snowflake under the, checked it. And the other one was all distorted.
It's called positive reinforcement.
Now, what I learned, because, I studied some psychology, this is what I took from that. It's like, when you're with, we probably already had exes before, we broke up, whatever, whatever, that, girlfriends, whatever, but divorced. So, like, you gotta think, well, why does that happen? When you start talking shit to each other, mad at them, like,
you didn't enter into that relationship.
Break up, and then you're not, like, you don't even want to see the person. You're like, like, what's this is that? Think about it. The water remembers. That's why the distorted.
That's why you cry. Sometimes tears are salty because it's a lot of emotional negativity, and when the tears are sweet, you don't. Pero
la cosa es que, what's our body made up of? 80% water. So all that negative, the water in your body is remembering it. It's taking in that frequency and everything. So that's why.
It gets into a lot of frequency.
So what you gotta do is, you gotta forgive yourself. If you ever have that negative feeling, you gotta forgive yourself and start all over again. And this is where you gotta start, because then after this, your frequency is gonna be booming. Like you believe in UFOs? So I'm like the guy that tracks these things, but these chariots are what they're called, and they're angels or what's in them and driving them. So when we're out here praising the name and they're out here watching us, they come to brag to Yahweh. These guys are down for you.
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and then I did a lesson. You'll see it. You got his channel, right? You'll see it. I made a lesson about the chariots that from the food. That's like,
so then we see all kinds of chariots. Like this brother sees the chariots, and that's amazing to me. This brother saw one for I think it was the first time you ever seen one. Maybe the first time. So I was excited for him.
I've been seeing him since I was a kid.
Yeah. But the thing is, we don't know what it is because we lost that water. And then now we got the water back. Because the scripture says, out of bellies shall flow
water. 7:38.
Yeah. So we're drinking that good living water, and it's recrystallizing our body in a way where all the flakes are going to be beautiful. All the cells in your body are going to be beautiful. That's why it says New Jerusalem, right? See, because
that's what this place needs to go. It needs to get cleaned up.
Look what it did to that water. We're the water. Look what it did to us. We have negative frequencies in us because of it. And it's not just one lifetime. So let's say from 1492 till now, that's 530 years of hardcore oppression. Of course, right now it's not as hard as before, but before we used to get our limbs sawed off. We used to see our wives get raped and babies get pulled out of their stomach and bashed on rocks. All that stuff that builds up. That's why these bodies got to get destroyed, because there's a lot of negative energy in it. And there's a lot of things that we're fighting against. But the most important thing is, when you make that change, it's easier for you to be feeling down on yourself because you did a lot of bad things before, but you don't do them now. So focus on that, and then those frequencies will just start opening right away. See, it's like while you came here, you ever raced those little cars that are on the track and they have the electric wires on them? You put them on that track, and the track has metal tracks around it. Yeah, so those cars are stuck on it because of the electricity. They're going to go around and around. So they're set on a set track, on a circuit. So we're set on circuits, and when we went to sleep last night, the Lord told the program, because the Lord programs everybody, Job 33 and 15. And then He gives you directions, and then you go around and doing stuff. Like I got it today. I didn't know. I knew today was camp day. And I know this is more important than my regular job because of things like you. See?
Because I come from, Kalinga's not far from here, but every week I come out here from Kalinga just to do
He was
work,
watching our videos from here, man.
I've probably seen you too. That's why you look kind of familiar, because you're from here. I'm from Kalinga. Rick? Yeah. Well, I'm probably younger than you, because I'm 31.
And you'll get a new identity, because this is what we're dealing with right now. But we're really this way. And once you accept that, that's when the vibration, frequency changes. Everything gets hyped up because you're no longer. See, first of all, why am I a Mexican? You know, who said that?
And then because we're speaking Spanish and we got last names in Spanish, then even the Philippines too.
Hey, and my last name is in Spanish. It's a mixture of Arabic and Hebrew, so I'm really from the tribe of Judah because I'm a Moor. See?
Yeah.
And that's what Spanish is. It's a mixture of Arabic and Hebrew and English and this and that.
Yeah.
They're all dirty languages.
And it's crazy. My dad told me that his great grandfather, they came from Spain. They came over to Mexico. That's the lineage that my dad was telling me it comes from. And I was like, oh shit.
See, so when I heard that, I was like, man, so you got to do the studying too, and that makes me feel good. All right, I am this people, so now I gotta make my bed and sleep in it.
Yeah, because he's the one that told me about this shit, you know? He's the one that woke me up, this brother. And he sent me a picture of this crab right here that you see. And on the crab, I seen the Mexican. So I'm like, well, I'm Mexican. And I couldn't pronounce Ishikar, you know? So I'm like, so I'm from, Israel, the Israelites? I'm an Israelite. And he's the one that was telling me, yeah, you know? So there, from there, I also studying and started watching these brothers' videos, because I've been watching these brothers' videos for 2 years. But then eventually I came on here and started doing my lessons with these brothers. So, because before I came on here, last year, 2 years ago, I was watching their videos. Now I started coming out here with these brothers this summer though. I already started coming out here this summer though. But I've been making videos since April. So I've been laboring pretty less than a year.
Does it say what the pocket?
Oh, that's also down.
Yeah, it should have it.
It should be
Make sure that it says. Make sure that it says with the pocket, because that's the secret, right?
Yeah, because you downloaded an app though?
No, it's
It's in the Bible.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So and then read the book of Maccabees. Man,
Oh yeah, that's a good book
that's
though.
good.
Because then that one tells you about the Greek captivity. You know, the Greek captivity. What happened to our people were getting Hellenized. Our people were getting Hellenized.
And that was under Antiochus IV, the Epiphanius.
You ever heard of Alexander the Great? Tells you in that book.
All of this will make sense in time. See how we're masters in time? All of this will make sense in time.
You guys ever read the Book of Enoch?
I knew he was going to say that.
I knew that. No, we don't read that one.
Well, the book of Enoch, if it's not in there, I wouldn't worry about it, because you don't want to get those ideas that book is, because Esau knew that we were going to get to this point where we were going to start waking people up, and he threw that book of Enoch and the book of Jubilee.
Because I think that book has a timeline of Esau and Nimrod, right? At the same time. Am I not mistaken?
So it has a kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, it's better not to do it, because it's similar, and it's hard to say, okay, that's the difference. But like a body has billions of cells, one cell will tell the other cell, look, that's janky, that's this, and then the other cell will be corrected, and then the whole body will be okay.
Yeah.
So
because the book of Apocrypha was originally in the Bible too, but the devils took them out.
The Romans?
They're the devil too.
You ever been around the town in Hanford? They have a building called the Civic. It has those Romanesque pillars and the Greek steps. So they're trying to revitalize and revive the Greek and Roman Empire, mostly the Roman Empire, which is that eagle. You know, it's the beast, is their first beast, that red dragon, because Rome went around conquering everybody, and the way they did it wasn't like, war. They were like, hey, you know who I am? And then everybody knew that was the devil. Yeah, I know who you are,
So this is a good answer. Rome.
So I know you heard it. You ever heard of La Plata o el Plomo?
Yeah.
That comes from Rome. That comes from those motherfuckers, man. See, they trick our people to making them believe that that's the way to do it. And those cartels are trying to revive that Romanesque empire, because they have their societies built like Alexander the Greek. Everybody has a situated person, and they have generals. So it's all bad.
So I thought you guys read the Emerald Tablets.
I'll read something, but I don't know what that is.
No? It's I guess when the Mayas, the Lemurians, Atlantis.
Yeah, I don't prescribe to that, because
No, I guess I was like way
more
the Hebrews too and everything.
The angels and the demons, like I said, they're the ones that slapping me in my head, and I know it's them. So and I was sleeping on my bed one time, and a demon grabbed my leg and threw it on the floor. So I know these things. I know what's acceptable and what's questionable. And I know, you see, like that light turned off, and that light turns off when you make, like when you're talking, when everybody's talking, especially this brother when he was getting excited, it would turn on.
Yeah, that one was actually
Yeah. So that's a positive reinforcement. It turned off because it was a negative issue. You see positive turns on. How do you jumpstart a car? You have to put the positive and the negative. And the negative takes away, so you take away the light. That stuff takes away the light. See, all those books take away the light. You just need this one.
The scriptures says not to make the Bible with any other Bible.
And you cannot, because you'll find things in the other books that are questionable in the Bible. But the Bible goes with every book.
It's okay to know like the little history about the Romans, you know, like the Roman, you know what I mean, and things like that. Greek, you know, like little history like that.
But all the information we need is in the Bible.
And we just have to have faith, and that's what we need because we need to get saved.
You know what I remember when I first started reading it? Like I this day I started reading cover to cover.
Yeah.
I read it for so long, but then I just
You lose interest.
yeah, and then I will start it again. But you know what? You gotta know who the Israelites are. That's why.
You'll never lose interest in that. You'll never lose interest in that Bible because I've been reading it for a long time.
Not really that I lose interest. It's just that like I feel this board start working and start. I remember when I was reading it, and I don't know where I was at in the Old Testament. I remember I was talking. I'd be like, back then it was like, because I remember it was one that about. He said someone wasn't there to hear what he had to say.
But I guess people of Israel and Moses was there, and he said, "Call those motherfuckers right now."
Oh, no.
And he started killing like 30,000 in that day.
Oh, okay.
That was a part. I think it was
There's a lot of parts.
I guess the point was that he didn't want no one to take spoils
from the Amalekites. So Samuel told King Saul, "Kill all the Amalekites and spare none." But Saul didn't do that. He tried to take some sheep, and he let the people take gold. Is that what you're talking about?
No, because no one did, but someone wasn't there. Say like if you weren't there, and we knew that we weren't supposed to say nothing. He says, "I don't even want you guys to taste the honey right there." But I guess he went and got experience like and he started eating honey, but he wasn't there. He was trying to. And I don't know if he had to be that or something. But trying to watch him. I don't know.
Nobody was there to vouch. It says so. It says where there's two voices against yours. Like it talks about like that. Like let's say there's 4 of us here, and I went and I did that. And, I tasted honey, but you 3 didn't see that. It's called like eyewitness testimony. That's why people testify now in court. Nobody could vouch for him because he couldn't testify because the testify means you got to put your balls on the line because it's testicles.
Yeah.
Word goes back to testicles.
Yeah.
And now they got these women testifying. They can't testify. They got ovaries.
Yeah.
Because right now, you know how they say, this is my honor. I'm bound by these. And then that's what it was because nobody could vouch for that guy, so they had to put him to death.
But I remember when I was reading that stuff, like I was already like, I'm gonna fight him. But I remember I put the book down and I stopped and this guy don't mess around. I was like, and I started thinking, it's like, I'm glad that Jesus came because changes all that. I mean, it wasn't like, you don't, God was more like, you better do what I tell you, or suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
But,
But then he sent his son, and his son died for his sins.
So
now,
only for them, though.
Yeah.
You only died for them.
Oh, yeah, that's the most important part. You see, not everybody that you know and are friends with can have faith. Like, you might be talking to someone that you think is cool with you, and you'll be talking, man, I met these guys that are teaching the Bible, and they'll be like, they'll be fanning their hands. That's nothing. They won't believe it. But only these people have the spirit to believe and convert to these people. So that's why he died. So that these people, the lost sheep, could come back to who they really are.
Yeah, because our people, how are you going to be interested in a book if you don't know it's about you?
If it's not, you're interested in that book because it's about you.
Because it's our people, these people right here right now, they believe, you know what I mean? Some brothers are waking up to truth now, of course, but the majority of them, they don't believe those are the people in the Bible.
You know what? When Christmas always came around and they always had a white boy Santa Claus, I was like, man, fuck that guy. Even when I was a little kid, I was like, man, you want to sell? I don't want to sell no that.
Like that guy was talking about.
But you see these people that are so confused, and even my kids, they were like, man, I don't want to sit on his lap. And that's before I came to the truth. And that's something inside you that the program at a certain point to wake you up.
Yeah.
Like your alarm on you, it's programmed to wake you up at this certain time. And like we're messing with time. That's why I came here earlier. I wasn't on my own. See that, like, I wasn't on my own quest. I just do what the Lord tells me. If He tells me call in, guess what? I ain't going for work. And sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I just don't want to fucking go. And I'll call in and I'll be on my Bible. And that's exciting to me. And I made BitChute and I made the Odyssey. See, that's the real work. So you know all those holistic things and everything that you know. You can convert that into teaching the truth. And you can start your own channel. And you could be part of this camp and you'll be good. And then when the shit gets crazy and we're separated, we won't be in trouble because we'll have that spiritual connection. And we'll always be connected to the angels. Now the UFOs, you like the book of Enoch? So those angels and demons, they are messing with us. They'll make you think, oh, look at that girl, man, she looks fine, she's married. Like, you know what? I think she'll give it up to you. And then next thing you know, you're convinced that that's a bad thing to think because that's already someone else's property. Or he'll try to tell you to steal, and then you won't steal. You'll be like, man, I don't need to steal. But then it'll tell you to pray, and you'll be like, well, how do I pray? Now, this is where this part becomes important because we have the correct. See how this is the ancient Hebrew, by the way. And I read the ancient and the modern Hebrew and Greek. So you have different vocabularies. So this Yah means Israel. It represents Israel, people, and the connection between power and people. So the Yah means Yahweh means He exists. So when you read about His wrath, you're like, man, He don't play, right? We all have that same feeling. He don't play. I'll read the Bible and I'll be like, oh, I need to drink some coffee right now. You know, I'll be like, damn, I'm swallowing my spit, like, it won't go down. Damn, I feel like if I don't come out here and tell you about this, he's gonna jack me up, and I don't want that.
Look at those people who have been in the Midwest, some people that died.
Look at those Haitian motherfuckers.
You know, I don't watch the news.
Yeah, see, now you're trying to get it.
I stay away from all that.
Well, the tornado killed 75 people in the Midwest, yeah.
That's the
But that was from the Lord, though.
Because no one dies being innocent.
Yeah, the 94, Job.
Yeah, Job 94, that Job.
Good.
Oh man, you see how Job got tested? It was those angels. That's why the book of Enoch is not a good book to get into because those angels are right here. They're right here. So they're like holding you up, and they'll tell you when it's time, and they'll tell you, sit down, or they'll tell you. One time, we were at work and driving, and this kid, and he's my friend at work. He was driving and he wasn't paying attention. I go, hey, stop, because the car was coming. But it's not. I didn't tell him. The angel made me see it, and I got scared, because he didn't see it. And then I was like, man, it's a good thing I told you, because we would have got smashed by that car.
That was the angel.
That was an angel protecting us. Now, the angels and the chariots and the UFOs, those vehicles are going to have a contest. You get Revelation 12:7. They're going to have a war with this modern beast, which is the United States and NATO. They have jets, 6th generation jets, 5th generation jets. They can do Mach 5 or Mach 6. They can go all around the world. Like they're hyperbolic or hyper missiles. They can go from Russia to America in like 15 minutes, and they drop multiple warheads. They're gonna have fun with each other, but the chariots are just gonna be like messing around, and these guys are gonna be like like Independence Day. Go ahead.
Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
So Michael and his angels are, up there with the chariots, and these are his angels too, because Michael represents in that scripture Yahweh. So, and then the devil and his angels, like I said, that's the military complex of the United States and NATO, the beast. See, that's the noise of a beast would make.
No lo cargo.
Yeah.
I don't have it. We were talking about Michael, and I was like, for some reason, when I went to Renaissance Fair, I got a medallion that has, you get to choose this one.
Saint Michael.
I got St. Michael on one and Gabriel on the other. So why you choose that? Well, I want Michael to, to protect me from evil, and Gabriel to give me a clear message.
Hey, you're right here. You're right here amongst the angels today. That's protection. But one day, if you follow these commandments and do the best that you can, you'll be able to protect yourself against anybody. And even Satan comes down, and you'll be like, "What the fuck you doing? Get the fuck out of here!" Talk to him like that, and he'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I just keep tripping on. Get the fuck out of here."
You won't even, no fear, you stop.
You won't be scared of anything.
Scared, yeah.
Because I used to be scared of the dark, but now I know that he's in the dark. And these angels that we're talking about, they're going to bow down to us. We're going to have the rulership of all of Israel, all of the galaxy, all of the universe. There's planets out there with tons of kingdoms that have women waiting for us to get them pregnant. We're going to have virgins all the time. Every day we pop something, it's going to be a virgin. We're going to have the best food. We're going to eat the best food that makes you feel good, and then you're not going to eat it anymore. You're going to be good. We're going to be like, you know what? What was that? And then you're going to see a big galaxy because it's going to come clear, and you're going to be, I want to go there. And you're going to tell your Israelite wife, you see that? That's pretty big.
So I say, these plants, man,
Man,
I don't even want to bed.
dang, that's good.
Right? I don't know if that's what you do. It's like, you your body with all the nutrients. But I was going to show you, because you're talking about Yahweh. You ever seen this DNA structure?
So, that's the first part. That's just letter.
DNA, man.
That's his actual hand, which is the chariots.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like his hand coming down and being like, oh, I
Yeah,
want
the
this.
symbol of it. Yeah. I had those quick, but
And this is the son's name. This is what you call Jesus. Yahweh Shai. And that means his hand is going to come, and you're going to see it, because that's the Hada, and Ha is the window, and the Wa is the covenant between the Father and Son and Israel. And that's the consuming teeth. The Shah is the consuming teeth, and that's the eye. We're all going to see it. Like it says in Revelation 1 and 7, and all nations shall be well because of it. Because everybody's going to be like, you know what a sonic boom is? The sonic boom is when something enters the atmosphere. It's going to be boom, and then everybody's going to, and then heart attacks, and it's going to sound, people are going to be dying, but we're going to be like, fuck yeah, we're getting out of here. And that's going to be the good day, the best day. But the worst day is when they try to get that microchipping, because people are going to be dying. Just like this mandate. People have choices. Like at my work, they're all talking about, and January is going to be different because January is the last day for you put in. Because people are going to quit. They're talking about it. They're making HR nervous.
yeah.
Mandates is not law.
You know it.
But
You know it. We know it. But these sheep don't know it.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to take off. But yeah, I'll wait.
Alright. Take a hot shower, get in spirit, eat your veggies, and then watch those videos.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to watch videos, but I'm going to take all the stuff and put some rice stuff first. When you come to the frio, man.
Alright. Shalom.
Alright. Stay warm.
You too. So, we were talking about credits. So that was like how someone goes to a bank and they try to open an account. Only the person that helps them open the account is going to get credit, but we all got credit.
So I created right now telling them how we had a town.
And some days, in the truth, are like this. We might have all had lessons, but the lesson didn't come out because that was the lesson. And he stayed for the whole camp.
Yeah.
It's 1 hour and 10 minutes. I mean, you want to do your lesson? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about in the spirit. Now, see, I'm proud of you guys. He was breaking down here. He was getting the scriptures, being patient, but he was excited. He was excited to be here, and he came out here for the truth. Now, he came out here for this. I would have never had this had the brother never gave it to me. So he blessed me with this. You see why we do things like that for each other in the spirit? Because we don't know why. I don't know why I make those videos about bitch you Nazi. I don't know why I tell you to, but because you're gonna get credits, and it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you with a little bit of money here and there. Now that was spirit.
Like I said, something sparking his brain. You can tell that he's gonna look forward to you watching the videos.
That's gonna be good. So he didn't have no problems with the truth.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, no problems at all. Though.
So let's get Revelation 13 and 16 and let's talk about it. Man, I'm happy to see it.
Well, woke them up, it's the truth,
It's the beginning of a new life. It's the beginning of a new life.
Plant the seed.
That's all it takes.
Revelation 13 and 16, and it causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Now, who's the he? Is it Mr. Potato Head? Is it the Monopoly guy? That's Esau. That's the devil. That's the so-called white man. And see, I wanted to talk about the so-called white man, the devil, because he's the one that gave you these things. He's the one that gave you the American identity. He's the one that put you in the place that you are because of Eve's bitch ass. Now, he was real receptive to it, and it looked like a slam dunk, but we don't know. We don't know. We have to keep pushing, like, he might not. Every time someone comes up to the camp, and you know what, I had a dream that this was a spot to be at. I didn't know why, but it was like.
So imagine if we were like, cause that guy Folky or something took days off and shit. Imagine if we would not came out tonight.
Man,
he would have not seen us though.
See, we can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
We can't afford to do that in the truth. Some of you brothers do. Some of you brothers would have dismissed that guy. No, you talk too much. No, let them say whatever they got to say because you don't know. If you don't know what to say to them, let them talk to you, and then you'll know what to say. To listen for a minute. Because he knew about. See how he talked about the book of Enoch. So he knows about the angels. He knows that they come and interact with us. But if we were to actually see an angel or a demon, we'd be, fuck. It'd feel terrible. You know, like radiation. Because what happened when Tobit or Tobias saw that angel? It was Tobit, huh? Tobit saw Raphael.
Well,
both of them did, huh? Both of them did, the father and the son.
Yeah, they saw him because remember he led him to where he needed to go to find that Gelato.
Yeah.
But see, he was